What if I told you that evolution is not just a random process of genetic mutations and survival of the fittest, but instead follows a precise, repeating, self organizing pattern? A pattern that isn't only present in biology, but also resonates through physics, consciousness, and the very structure of the universe. The other day, I released a video on fractal evolution and the Tree of Life project, and today I'm here to expand even further on this idea. And tomorrow, I'll do a third video that will dive even deeper into these mind blowing concepts. Hey everyone, my name is Christopher Kill, armchair philosopher and your autodidactic guide to our fractal reality. And today, as I sit here in my truck with nothing but the open road in my thoughts, I want to take you on a journey through the remarkable architecture of evolution. We're going to explore how the Open Tree of Life, one of the most ambitious scientific projects ever undertaken, is not merely a map of relationship among species, but a profound revelation of fractal blueprint that underpins the evolution of life itself. So imagine the Open Tree of Life, a comprehensive, interactive map that connects every single known species on Earth. At first glance, it might seem like just another scientific chart. But when you look a little closer, instead of a random scattering of branches, you start to see a pattern. A perfectly repeating, self-similar design that mirrors itself at every level. Think of it like the branching pattern of a tree. The trunk splits into large branches. Those branches divide into smaller ones, and each twig eventually gives rise to countless leaves. Each level of the structure, from the broad divisions of bacteria, archaea, and eukaryotic to the tiniest details of species differentiation, follows the same fractal rule. Now let's break that down further. In the natural world, fractals are everywhere. Picture a mighty oak tree. Its branches split out, its branches stretch out, and then split into smaller twigs. And if you trace your finger along a single branch, you'll notice that even the smallest offshoots echo the form of the whole tree. Now think of a river networks. They branch across the landscape, or even pattern of lightning as it forks through a stormy sky. These aren't just random occurrences, they're manifestations of fractals, mathematical patterns that repeat at every scale. Now consider the Tree of Life. At its broadest scale, it shows life divided into three fundamental domains. But as you zoom in, each domain splits into kingdoms, each kingdom splits into phyla, and so on, each level mirroring the structure of the last. This isn't just a neat way to organize species, it's a window into the very process by which life diversifies. Evolution, it seems, is not merely a series of chance events, but follows a recursive self-organizing blueprint, a fractal design that governs the expansion and complexity of life. Let's delve into some of the details. Take the eukaryotic branch, the one that gave rise to plants, animals, fungi, and protists. Here we see that each division of life is more than a mere classification. It is an echo of a fractal pattern. Eukaryotic splits into distinct patterns, each of which divides further into phyla, classes, orders, families, genera, and finally species. And if you were to peer even closer, you would discover that this fractal design isn't confined to taxonomy. It's intrinsic to the way these organisms function and grow. Consider plants, for example. When you observe a flowering plant, you're not just witnessing evolution in action, but also the fractal blueprint of its growth. The plant's branches follow precise, predictable splitting patterns. Its roots, sprawling underground, mimic the same self-repeating networks, much like the veins of a leaf that ensure efficient transport of water and nutrients throughout the plant. The very structure itself that governs the evolution is the same pattern that guides its growth. It's as if nature has encoded a single, elegant algorithm that works both to create new species and to build the individual structures of those species. And the fractal story doesn't just stop at plants. It extends into the animal kingdom as well. Look at the chordata phylum, which includes all vertebrates. Whether it's mammals, birds, or fish, each group branches out into a diverse array of species following the same fractal expansion. And here's something that might really make you pause. our own brains. The neural networks in our own brains are arranged in fractal patterns. Neurons connect in elaborate branching structures that bear a striking resemblance to tree limbs or river networks. Even our thought processes, the way one idea leads naturally into another, can be seen as following a fractal trajectory, expanding outward like the branches of a tree. This brings us to a profound question. If the tree of life and our brains both mirror these fractal patterns, could it be that consciousness itself is evolving fractally? What if every thought you have, every decision you make, is part of a grand self-replicating pattern that extends far beyond the biological? The possibility is as intriguing as it is revolutionary, suggesting that there's an underlying structure guiding not only our evolution as a species, but also the emergence of our awareness. And let's take this idea even further. What if the concept of fractals doesn't apply solely to biology, but extends to the broader tapestry of existence? Imagine history as a vast unfolding fractal. The rise and fall of civilizations, the evolution of technology, even the spread of art and ideas might all follow this same similar pattern. Think of the way great civilizations expand, branch, and eventually give rise to new eras, each a smaller echo of what came before. This is the macrocosm reflecting the microcosm, the ancient philosophical idea that the patterns governing the universe are the same as those that govern the smallest details of life. Now consider what this means for our everyday experience. Neuroscientists have discovered that the human brain itself is a fractal network. When we map out the galaxy, it looks like the neural network of the human brain. The way neurons connect and form thought patterns follows recursive branching structures remarkably similar to those of trees and ecosystems. Even the rhythms of our brainwaves, from the deep, slow cycles of sleep to the quick burst of high alertness, adhere to fractal scaling laws. And if our very thoughts are fractal in nature, then our consciousness is not something that just happens randomly. It's a dynamic, evolving pattern that mirrors the grand design of the universe. So if evolution follows a fractal pattern, then nothing in life is truly random. There's a hidden structure guiding the expansion of species, the emergence of intelligence, and the evolution of ecosystems. And understanding this hidden structure can empower us to work with these natural patterns rather than against them. Imagine being able to predict how an ecosystem might adapt to climate change, or designing technology that mimics nature's efficiency because it taps into the same fractal blueprint that built the entire universe. Even the future of artificial intelligence might be seen as another branch of this ever-expanding fractal tree of life. Now let's bring these ideas into our personal realm. If nature heals itself fractally, then so do we. Every moment of growth, every period of healing, follows this recursive pattern of breaking, reassembling, and emerging stronger. This is the very concept behind my book, Fractal Healing, Reclaiming the Pieces of Yourself Through Love, Loss, and Growth. Just as nature repairs itself by reconnecting the parts that have been lost, so too can we learn to heal by recognizing and embracing the fractal patterns within our own lives. Our personal evolution, our journey through trauma, grief, and eventual renewal mirrors the same grand patterns of evolution and growth that shape everything else in the universe. And this understanding extends to our creative and cultural evolution as well. Consider the way human ideas and art evolve over time. Our cultural expressions are not static. They branch out, merge, and transform in ways that mimic the fractal structure of the tree of life. The process of human civilization, our technological innovations, our shifts in societal values, our collective consciousness can all be seen as part of this continuous self-replicating pattern. every time you see a tree, a river, or even the veins in your hand, remember that you are witnessing the same fractal forces that shape the evolution of life on Earth. The open tree of life is not just a scientific diagram, it's a map of consciousness itself, a visual representation of the recursive intelligence that animates the entire cosmos. By understanding that life, growth, and even our own awareness follow this fractal dance, we begin to see that we're not separate from nature, we're an integral part of this infinite fractal expression of life, intelligence, and even awareness. And once you start seeing the fractal patterns at work in every aspect of existence, you'll never look at the world the same way again. So if you're not only fascinated by these fractal forces, but are also eager to apply them in your own life, to transform your own patterns, break destructive cycles, and heal from within, then I invite you to explore these ideas further. My book, The Cosmic Dance, Quantum Gravity, Fractals, and the Fabric of Reality, delves deeper into the science behind these concepts, unraveling the hidden mathematical code that guides our universe. And if you're interested in the more personal journey of healing and transformation, then look at Fractal Healing, Reclaiming the Pieces of Yourself Through Love, Loss, and Grief. It's available now on Amazon and Kindle. You can also follow along more in the conversation on Facebook at Fractal Consciousness Theory. But before I wrap up, I want you to carry this thought with you. Evolution, growth, and even your own consciousness are not random events. They're part of an endless, self-organizing fractal dance that weaves together every aspect of reality, from the smallest cell to the vastness of the cosmos. When you see that pattern, when you understand that the same forces that shape a tree's branching limbs also sculpt our neural pathways and even the course of human history, you tap into a deeper understanding of what it means to be alive. Again, I invite you to join me on Facebook at Fractal Consciousness Theory. And I also post my videos on YouTube at Christopher Kill, where we continue this conversation about the hidden patterns that shape our very lives. Also, be sure to visit my website, www.theconsciousprophet.com, and that's prophet, Prophet, in order to explore more resources and insights into our fractal existence. Remember, once you grasp that life is an intricate, infinite fractal dance of evolution, growth, and consciousness, you'll never look at the world the same way again. Thanks for riding with me today. I know it's been a long one, but I appreciate you sticking with me. Stay curious, keep exploring, and always look for the patterns that connect us all.